For any fans of Miquella, being forced to slay the chosen godchild was devastating. Why could we not, as we could for Rani, pave the way for the kindly Empyrean? It was mid-fight that I realized, that I was blessed with a promise, a compassionate opportunity in the midst of battle. This was a scenario unlike any boss battle before. As I fought the kindly Miquella and his mighty consort, I was suddenly assailed, not by a flurry of slashes and meteors like every other time, but by the embrace of the warmonger general.
I promise you, 1,000-year voyage guided by compassion.
Now, I fully expected to have the life crushed from me as he ground my soul into dust with his godly pincer hold, and Lord knows he could have done it. And yet, what I initially feared to be death's embrace turned out to be a hug, resulting in a totally not suspicious crown of light floating above me. This was seemingly even more salt in the wound. How? I accept. Why are we still fighting? As I reeled from what I was just told, considering what tool items to prompt in order to hopefully do something about this, I was again embraced by the rampaging warlord and delivered from my frustration.
Let your thoughts be only of love. Lord of the old order, let us go together.
Suddenly, as if a burden was relieved, my character automatically knelt and embraced the godly duo. While I myself did not die, my vigor and my will to fight did, instead performing the emote, "Let us go together." As with every victory in Elden Ring, the writing was gold, but this time, unalloyed gold. Not red to denote defeat or death, but the color of victory. I then spawned back outside the boss arena with the emote, "Let us go together." This gold writing is of notable importance, as it was something changed later in the game, likely to make it more apparent that it was a unique and good outcome, not just a unique death. While it may not seem like it at first, because it's such a jarring end, this, in my opinion, in and of itself, is a secret ending, or perhaps the precursor to one, and there's some potential evidence that I will share to support that, but I'll get to that in a moment. Miquella and Radahn remain ascended in the domain of the gods, and we return to the world embraced and forgiven, the power of the god and the Lord remaining with them, and a promise of an age of compassion with us. So is that it? Is that all there is to this ending? We simply deny ourselves the boss remembrance and never re-enter the arena to face Miquella and Radahn? Well, yes, and no. Yes, because for supporters of Miquella, what really more could we ask for, aside from a cutscene? When faced with the Empyrean we chose to support, we were offered a way out and presented with the gift of a promise. Our hearts already devout, now entirely stolen. A total victory as far as I'm concerned. However, that clearly isn't enough for most people who'd be left feeling as though they hadn't finished the game in the absence of a short 10-second or so cutscene. That and the remembrance being the only differences between these two outcomes. To those people, I have two things to say, both relating to each other. One, isn't it interesting that we were presented with an emote upon prompting this unique scenario? Sure, it's given to us when we defeat the boss as well, but why would it give it to us as part of this entirely unique outcome, with the boss still undefeated, after being promised compassion, love, and a journey together by Miquella himself? Well, we know in-game we've used emotes to unlock secrets, such as the pathway in the Shadow Keep leading to the Shaman village, or in the converted towers of Liurnia. Perhaps this emote is of the same nature. Why do I think this? What reason would I have to believe this? Well, if you don't want potential spoilers, do not continue watching. 2. Data miners uncovered either hidden or cut dialogue from Miquella an almost line-for-line copy of Rani's speech in her ending of the main game.
I hereby swear to every living being and every living soul. Now comes the age of our Eden, a 1,000-year voyage, guided by compassion. Beginning here, love encompasses all. No living thing will be denied. No deed censured. I am ready to embrace the whole of it. Let us go together, Radahn, my promised consort.
Though I personally am satisfied with the outcome of surrendering the boss battle and accepting the victory given to us as an alternate ending, there's also a large part of me that believes these two pieces of information are no coincidence. There are so many potential places and instances this emote could be used and be significant, so many things that we could potentially do on the path to ruin that potential to prompt it. I mean, hell, just like with Patch's questline, it could very well be content that is patched into the game later, or it could just be cut content.